In Bible times, a child was considered to have reached the age of maturity when he or she turned 30. This alone explains a lot of what I see in middle school and high school. But don't be fooled. I love my students. By comparison, today, we consider someone mature somewhere between the ages of 18 and 21. So, how do you explain Friday nights on college campuses? I know. The immature kids get all of the attention. But to be fair, I know of college students who are spending or have spent part of their Christmas break at Christian camps and conferences in Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Missouri, Georgia, and Iowa. And those of you who know my friend Ryan McCauley know that he has been a grown-up since he was 9. But no matter how long it takes a long time to raise a human being and get them ready for independent living. Now, other creatures do the job much faster. Hamsters are prepared to go on their own in just 3 weeks. Kittens need only a couple of months. And lion cubs are self-sufficient in less than 2 years. That is, if their parents don't eat them first. The late Christian missionary, author, and speaker Elizabeth Elliot wrote, "There has never been a time when children could be successfully raised without sacrifice and discipline on the part of parents." Let's face it, the child-rearing duty is the most prolonged responsibility anyone will probably ever face. And like any other job that's worth doing, the crucial thing is to persist to the finish line. Today, there are voices telling parents to quit, to run away, and to think only of themselves. And any parent will tell you that there will be disheartening moments along the way. But the rewards are worth the sacrifice. King Solomon wrote in Proverbs chapter 23, verse 24, "The father of a righteous child has great joy. A man who fathers a wise son rejoices in him." If you are wise, you will recognize that there are things that you can do for your children. And then there are things that only God can do. Knowing that, it is important that you lift them up in prayer every day and give them as many opportunities as possible to encounter God and His love and purpose for them. Lamentations 2:19 says, "Arise, cry out in the night, as the watches of the night begin. Pour out your heart like water in the presence of the Lord. Lift up your hands to Him for the lives of your children, who faint from hunger at every street corner." If you faithfully do your part, God will do His. And sometimes you need some help. In 1996, Hillary Clinton's book, It Takes a Village, shed light on several African proverbs that translate into English as "it takes a village to raise a child." And we are part of a village which needs to help raise our children. Earlier this week, I came across a short article titled, "How Can Our Churches Disciple Kids?" from the January parent page of the Center for Parent-Youth Understanding. It says this: "Recently, our friends at Lifeway Research offered some very helpful directives for those of us who desire to see our kids grow up to love, follow, and serve Jesus Christ. There are 3 factors in particular that parents must be aware of that research tells us are present in the churches of those who grow up to embrace a life of Christian discipleship. First, churches who foster an environment of trust and guidance are churches where teenagers feel the freedom to go for help and direction. Teens who grow up in a church like this are less likely to drop out of church and walk away from the faith. Second, churches that provide youth leaders who truly care about their students leave kids less likely to drop out of church and walk away from the faith. Make sure your church is training and equipping strong leaders. And finally, Churches where adults reach out to kids, take an interest in them, invest in them, and foster relationships with them are more likely to see kids stick around. Is this happening in your church? You see, it takes all of us to raise our children into adults and disciples. So let's all pitch in. Want to wish Carol Carilla a happy birthday today. Also, we want to invite you to do some things. First of all, we want to invite you to join the fun of the Operation Christmas Child team. We meet each month on the second Tuesday from 1:30 to 2:30 at the church, making crafts and putting together kits that are going to go in Operation Christmas Child shoeboxes. And so we want to invite you to come to our first meeting of 2024 that'll take place tomorrow, that's Tuesday, in room 101 of the Village Church. If you'd like more information, you can contact Deb Emerson and let her know what you might be thinking, but we would love to have you. And the best we can tell, our shoeboxes this year are all headed to Columbia. We'll learn that this week. Also, our next ladies' Bible study, Blessed Are the Chosen, begins next Tuesday, January the 16th. The group meets Tuesdays from 10 until 11:30 a.m. at the church. There are study guides available for $13, and if you'd like more information, you can contact the church office. Our next men's prayer and Bible study will get back together as they're going to resume meeting on Tuesday mornings. They'll start tomorrow at 8 a.m. in room 101. So we invite all men of the church to be a part of that. So with that, I want y'all to have a great week, church. And be sure and make today your masterpiece. We love you.